Hi everybody, thanks for being here and welcome to Rose Sky Tarot. Now these cards are always well shuffled in between readings, and the cards that pop out or that I'm drawn to are for the sign in general. So it may not reflect everyone's personal circumstances, but even if one card relays a message, then I'm good with that. So enjoy. Hi Gemini, so glad you could join me this evening, and it's a bit blowy here, so if you hear the wind howling then you know what it is. Alright, let's get started with this reading. Now I can't actually remember if I told you the date, but as tomorrow is the 13th, then it would be a good guess. Alright, now there's way too many cards that dropped out there, and we have two on the second time cards popped out, so let's have a look at those ones, and I'm going to just give the cards one more little shuffle. Hope you're all having a great day. What do they call this, hump day? No, I'm going to give it another shuffle. Okay, definitely that one now. Alright, let's see what these cards are saying for you. Okay, now we have the Six of Swords in reverse, Six of Pentacles in reverse, Justice in reverse, and Judgment in reverse. Alrighty. Are you in a situation where things really are not going well? That you've tried to maybe break away from the situation, but are you still being drawn back? Are you stuck in the things that have been said or things that have been done? And even though, you may be apart from whatever the problem was, or the person that was making you feel like this, are you still in that frame of mind? Do you feel that there's imminent danger all around you? Do you feel insecure? Do you feel at risk? And because all of these thoughts are in your head, because all of the things that have been said and done to you in the past, they're still with you. They haven't left. And because you're now on edge, because are you expecting this person to jump out at you round the corner? Pop up when you're not expecting them? And if you're expecting a negative situation, one that you may fear, it could be extremely damaging and keep you stuck in a negative mind frame with a lot of anxiety. Now, let's move on to the next card, which is the Six of Pentacles. Now, have you been able to move away from this situation? And have you thought about who you could ask for help? Are there certain people that you have asked that are just not in a position to help you? You know, they either don't have the space, or they don't have the money, or whatever the reason may be, too far away. Are you also not wanting to ask certain people that you think should help? Do you feel that those people would look at you in a negative way for making such a change? Do you think that they would feel that you brought shame on the family? Do you think that, they would think it's all your fault, that you brought it on yourself? Now, let's look at the next two cards, because we have Justice in reverse and Judgment in reverse. Now, do you feel that this whole situation is one that's not of your making? That someone has taken it upon themselves to use and abuse their position of power? Have they used themselves as an example of do as I say and not as I do? Do they treat you differently or less than? And it could be that, because you have approached someone for help, do you feel that, you're not really being given the help that you really need? Have they maybe bound you up in red tape? One question after another, one form after another. Wait for a decision. Well, we're not sure. We think that maybe you don't deserve. We think that maybe you've been slightly less than honest. So it could be that, you are feeling that there has been a great injustice being done here. That people in a variety of different areas are abusing their power of someone who is in a vulnerable state. Now, with the Judgment card in reverse, are you still licking all of these wounds? But the thing is that things are not getting any better. No, you're not able to move forward. You're not able to forgive. And, because of the risks that you feel are imminent, are you maybe avoiding doing things that you would usually do? Are you avoiding maybe going to look for a job or going to volunteer? Are you avoiding making huge changes in your life in case it draws attention to the person that you're trying to escape from? So you seem to be between, a rock and a hard place, because you can't seem to move forward and be independent because you haven't got over the past. But at the same time, people are stringing you up with so many red tape and forms and not really helping, that you're in a vulnerable situation because you're not getting the support that you need, which is an injustice in itself. All right, now again, this could be friends, could be family, could be you, could be on the TV, whatever one it is. Take care and have a great day, the best you can possibly have, and I'll see you next time. Excuse the wind, we're in the middle of a gusty storm. I'll see you next time. Bye, Gemini. Hi, Libra. So glad you could join me this evening. And this is your reading. Okay, like that wee card there. This is your reading for the 13th of March. Hope you're having a fantastic hump day. As they say for Wednesdays here, I'm not sure about what they say where you are. Alright, let's take that one too. And just one more card. And then, we'll call it a day and do your reading. Alright. Let's see what these cards have to say. Alright, now we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Nine of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Now, did you have such high hopes? You had a plan for such a bright future with abundance and, a life that had no worries. You had all the resources that you could think of. You had everything that you could probably want, and you had peace. Peace of heart, peace of mind. That was the plan. Now, this card though, the Ace of Pentacles, is in reverse. So have you maybe lost a lot of money? Have you maybe lost certain possessions? Have you missed out on an opportunity? Are things not so easy now that all of these negative things are happening and taking effect? Now the next card we have is the Nine of Swords. Now all of these things that happened filled you with worry, because this is not how it's supposed to go. And this is something that you can't put out of your mind. It's like if you say, don't think about chocolate. You can't have chocolate for the next week. Suddenly that's all you want. And all of these things that are worrying you about this situation, this missed opportunity, does it make you feel hopeless? Does it make you feel that maybe you'll never get back to a place of abundance, of a place of no worries. A place where, you feel peaceful because you know that you have resources on hand. Now, this could definitely give you nightmares. It could definitely take your sleep away. And it's definitely something that, may give you headaches, may give you anxiety, may feel as though you're under pressure, under someone's thumb. Because the next card that you have is the Page of Pentacles. Is this maybe a job that's not going so well? Have you recently studied and brought yourself up to, a good knowledge? And you've made some, huge achievements. And you could possibly have been taken on board. And you have all these book smarts. But the thing that's lacking is experience. About putting all those book smarts into the real world and finding out, what the implications are, how things work. If you do this piece of work, what's the consequences? How does it work practically in the real world? And it could be that is something that's lacking. It could be that, do you maybe not see the full picture? Is that possibly one of the worries? Apart from it being financial, is that you're going to make such a mistake that it has unbelievable consequences. And I'm not just talking, practical, as in something that you can touch, something physical. It could also be financial. It could be emotional. It could be mental. And, this job is something that you have always wanted. You're very passionate about it. And you've been very focused, very fast moving, which just supports, that you don't really have the hands-on experience, that you now still need some support. But could it be that because you've moved so quickly, that you feel you know everything? That you know what you want to achieve? That you've got the passion and the energy to stop at nothing, to get there first, to get the job done? You're moving very quickly. Are you making some mistakes? Are you not maybe looking at the consequences of your actions in the real world? That's when things begin to go downhill. Is that where you begin to lose your peace? The worries begin. There's always space for help. You don't always know everything. There's always something left to learn. And until that is recognised, until you acknowledge that help is still required, that you need a mentor if you're inexperienced and running in quickly and making mistakes. Is that an added worry of all the mistakes that you're making? It's not as easy as just making money. And, that's the be all and end all, was just making money. So there are consequences that you've not thought about for both you, the company, and the people it affects. So it's a very difficult situation. And it's a learning curve, one that everyone goes through in one way or another. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Now, please take care and have a great day. See you next time. Bye, Libra. Hi, Aquarius. So glad you could join me this evening, and I hope you're all having a great day. Now, this reading is for 13th of March. Oops. All right, let's take this card in my hand. There we go. And we'll have another shuffle or two. Now, okay. I think I'll take these two here. All right, two kings together. Let's have a look at what these cards are saying. All right. Now we have the Five of Cups, the Strength card, the King of Cups, and the King of Wands in reverse. Now, are you feeling a heavy burden? And you feel as though you've lost a great deal. You feel sad. You feel sorry for what's happened. But is there also a feeling of bitterness and frustration there? Do you feel a huge weight on your shoulders? Do you feel you've lost a lot more than you've managed to retain? And all you can seem to think about is the feeling of loss. And, it's something that you are struggling with just now. You know in time that, you're going to have to go back to the real world. That you're going to have to go back to day-to-day life. Earning money, doing practical everyday things, taking care of yourself. But for right now, you're overwhelmed. Now, the next card that we have here is the Strength card. Do you feel that in time you could be a bit more courageous? That you can control all of these negative feelings and hurtful thoughts? Do you feel that, you could be patient, mainly with yourself, and show yourself a little bit of compassion? Give yourself time to heal whatever this is, because your emotions will be all over the place. And it takes strength of character to realise that that's okay. Life is overwhelming and it can knock you out of balance. But the point is that your life is under your control, and accepting that things don't go to plan, that your emotions can be overwhelming, and accept that about yourself. Accept that there is a weakness there, as there is in everyone. Accept how you're feeling. And once that happens, then you can begin to be patient with yourself and incorporate those feelings into your daily life. Each day will get a bit better. Each move forward will be easier. And the more that you try to not bury your head in the sand about how you're feeling, but bringing it into day-to-day practicalities of life, you can begin to move forward. You can accept those feelings in moderation with feelings about everything else that's going on. Now with the next card here, the King of Cups, you are a very emotional person. You're ruled by your heart. And you feel responsible for things that have happened on your watch. And it could be that the compassion and the sensitivity goes hand in hand with your strengths. Some people may see it as a weakness, but this is indeed strength of character. Now, not everybody feels the same. Is there someone round about you who is a little bit more insensitive, a little bit more overbearing? Someone who likes to be in control, someone who has a huge tip for themselves, someone who thinks he's a bee's knees, someone who thinks they should be treated like royalty and that no one should interfere with anything that they do or say because they're always right. They're always in charge. Now that's like a polar opposite from these three cards here. So is this a different person that's round about you in life? Or is this you? Or is this you? And this is someone close. Now, because there is, a polar opposite in views and lifestyle here, could there be some friction? Could you try to be as sensitive and compassionate to them and how they're feeling, even though they show it in this way? Because everyone grieves and deals with feelings of loss in their own way. But still there could be, a little bit of bitterness about how this is panning out and frustrated that feelings are not being shown. So there could be a difficulty in moving past this because this person is not allowing themselves to show weakness. All right, now as always, this could be you, it could be someone you know, could be friend, lover, partner, mum, dad, could be on the TV, could be part of a course, could be something that's going through your mind today that happened in the past. But the thing is how you dealt with it, how you managed to moderate your emotions and your thinking and your actions into a balanced way of moving forward while still following your heart and being the person that you are, the kind person, the person who's responsible and loving. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Blathered on long enough. Now take care. See you next time. Bye, Aquarius.